Getting to the Observer on YouTube is easy. First, navigate to youtube.com/theobservernj. Then, you'll wind up right here. Once there, click the subscribe button. And now you're subscribed. After that, click the arrow and then choose all. Now you'll be notified anytime the Observer is live. Hi again, everybody. It's Kevin Canessa coming to you live from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com on this, the 18th day of March in the year 2025. Sure glad you joined us today, no matter where it is you are in the country. And as we do each and every Tuesday, we welcome in my buddy and friend from the Harrison Weather Center, Tony Mondaro. Good afternoon, Tony. What's going on, brother?
Hi, Kevin. What a nice day outside today. 56 degrees in downtown on Kearney Avenue and a little breezy out there, but not too bad. I think we get up to 60 degrees today. And the next chance of rain looks like it comes in Thursday night into Friday afternoon. But the good news for Thursday, I think all the after-school programs get their festivities and all the practices before the rain moves in later on at night. And it looks like another half to perhaps another inch of rain around here over the Sunday night into Monday morning. We had almost an inch of rain here locally, about 0.93 inches. So that's not bad, almost an inch of rain. We never bought the chance of severe weather and some of the dire forecasts are out there in the mainstream media. And those who follow me on Facebook, when I get aggravated like that, thinking that's going to be really, it's not going to be nothing. I put the Harrison Weather BS alert up there, in full fury.
Truly. It did seem like it was almost on the verge of being a hurricane, the way they were describing it on NJ.com earlier in the week. So we didn't get that. And we certainly had a pretty nice day for the parade. Did you enjoy where you were?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I was a little concerned for the parade too, because where I was and where the parade was, the parade had a lot less wind, as you could probably attest to. But where I was in Somerset County, and around 500 feet in Greenbrook, they had winds between 40 and 50 miles per hour up on the hilltops up there. So it was pretty windy. So I'm glad that didn't translate down, because even a few hundred feet in a situation like that means all the difference in the world sometimes with the strong winds.
Indeed. If you're just joining us, Tony Mondaro, the Harrison Weather Center, is here with us. What's the rest of the week look like? Are we looking at is it going to get a little cooler during the rest of the week, or what's it going to do?
I'll tell you something. For those who think that snow is over for the season, now, I'm not calling for a snowstorm this far out, but I wouldn't be surprised if Friday morning, especially elevations over 1,000 feet to our west, say where your mom is, Kev, out there in Sussex County, she might have a couple wet snowflakes or even some wet snow there before everything ends on Friday morning. Here, I think it's all rain, and then it's ends, and not a bad weekend. A mix of sun and clouds. High temperatures will be in the 50s to near 60, and overnight low temperatures in the 50s, or I'm sorry, in the 40s on Saturday night, and for Monday morning, overnight low temperatures in the 30s. But in the extended long range forecast, there's a cold low is going to try to transverse the area, and that can give us maybe a cold, chilly rain, even to the coast, some wet snow mixed in. So it's about the end of the month, around the 30th or 31st right now we're looking at. We'll have more on that, of course, in the days ahead here on the Observer Live program and also on our Facebook page.
And of course, anytime you mention snow in March or April, it brings me back to a year that I was 8 years old, 1982, where it was in the first week of April. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but wasn't that storm in April?
Yes, it was. It was a Friday. It was April 6th. I was a senior back in high school, and in Harrison here, we logged in 12 inches of snowfall.
12 inches in April. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. Let's hope it doesn't happen. I don't want to see any more snow, but I guess it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility. But what else is going on, Tone? Everything else okay in your world?
Yeah, we're doing great, and I promised after I spoke to the kids over at the Washington Middle School in Harrison to shout out the middle school and the staff and the teachers over there. Had a nice day talking about the world of weather, and even a couple of students involved that want to move on to bigger things. They want to go to weather school after they graduate high school. So it's pretty neat when you can interface, especially with someone who's interested in meteorology, and try to give them a good track. Now, I didn't have half the tools that's available to them today. Let's take a look at the back. And, those who look at our monitors back there, on a weekly basis, you'll see that today on one of the screens over my shoulder, we're tracking the SpaceX 9 mission coming back to Earth in about four to 5 hours now. So that'll be pretty cool, later on this afternoon. Hopefully they get back safely. Kev, we lost audio.
What was that all? And you said you were at Washington Middle School, right, Tony? Was there a special career day there, or was it a day for Tony Mondaro to go to Washington Middle School to talk to the kids? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, once in a while we go with the science programs and we talk to the science classes over there. We did a career day back in Harrison High School with the weather in September, October time, and that was pretty cool interfacing with the kids. And even though uh, we didn't have anybody there interested in meteorology per se, we tell them, have a, be weather smart out there. If you're going out and after school or when you're outside, have a weather app that has weather warnings to it. So, and turn them on in your phone as well. The weather apps will give you more warnings because only severe thunderstorm warnings in the springtime, tornado warnings are covered on the phone, and flash flood are covered on the phone in the spring and summer. And snow squall and blizzard and winter storm, of course, in the winter. And can't forget hurricane warnings either. They're covered on the phone. But if you have a weather app, you'll get more, like so when they issue dense fog advisories or any other type of advisory, you will get all of them on a weather app versus your smartphone.
If you're just joining us, Tony Mondaro of the Harrison Weather Center is with us, as he is each and every Tuesday afternoon. You had mentioned that there's a SpaceX craft coming back. What's happening here with this? Because I purposefully pay no attention to anything to do with SpaceX. So tell me what's happening.
That was that crew that was up in space there, caught up there for, I believe it was the last 9 months or so.
Right.
And they're coming back to Earth this afternoon. Hopefully, they make it back safely. So
Let's
it'll
hope.
be pretty neat to watch. And usually we don't tune into that either, but I found it very, very interesting when it came up on one of my feeds on YouTube today, which was a lot of it's either weather or New York Mets related.
Now, is this another one of those crafts that's going to land right in one of those towers, like they have, like some of those unmanned crafts do, or how does that work? Do you know anything about it?
Well, I had the volume up earlier today. It's going to be a splashdown like the old Apollo missions. So we'll see three parachutes coming out of the craft, and it'll be a splashdown into the ocean.
That should be something else, and that's a couple of hours from now, 4 hours from now.
Yeah,
Did I hear you say?
between 5 and 6 o'clock, it's going to
Okay.
happen.
I tell
As long as there's, I guess, no delays, and
yeah.
hopefully they'll make it back soon.
I tell you what. I think I might actually even tune in to see that. That sounds very, very interesting, especially the splashdowns. That's wild. Bring you back to the '60s. So, uh,
Do you remember back way back when in the 80s, I believe there was a gentleman in Kearney by the name of John O'Hara, which really followed the NASA program very closely, and he did a lot of work at the time out of Kearney High School. They actually did mock missions there at Kearney High School with the children, and they actually had back then they had some type of a simulator they were using. So it was pretty cool. The gentleman's name was John O'Hara.
that is something. That is something. Did he work with NASA, or was he just an enthusiast?
I think he was an enthusiast, but he was one of the science teachers over at the high school. maybe one of our viewers can maybe put in the chat a little bit more if they knew about that program. But I remember going to Kearney High School and seeing that situation they have out there with their program there. It was pretty neat. So if you're into NASA back then, it was really a sight to behold to have those tools they had back then.
What was it during? Was this during the space shuttle era, or was this in the 70s? Like I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, Kev. Maybe it was even back when they had the Apollo missions. Maybe, it was back way back then. Yeah, I remember it was in the 70s and 80s. John was
Got it.
there.
Okay.
Mhm.
Interesting stuff. I never knew about that. But
Yeah,
when Tony Mondaro joins us, we're going to find out something new no matter what. So this is certainly one of them, right? So what's the rest of the week look like on our way out here?
yeah, no problem. I think, like I said, I think the end of the week, after the rain gets out of here on Friday, not a bad weekend. A mix of sun and clouds with high temperatures in the 50s, overnight low temperatures in the 30s and 40s, and then we wait to see what happens next week. And it looks like it's a trend toward a little cooler weather right now. Of course, you can follow the latest on the Harrison Weather Facebook page. And remember, before you check out here today with Kevin's program, like and subscribe to Observer Live. We need everybody we possibly can get in the local area to hear the local news, sports, and weather.
You are the best salesman for the Observer Live. You always remember. I never remember. So thank you very much. And we will see you 1 week from today or either before that, even if something else happens. Tony, thank you so much for being with us as
My pleasure,
always.
Kev.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later. There he is.
Uh,
That is the one and only Tony Mondaro. He, of course, from the Harrison Weather Center. He is with us each and every Tuesday to go over the weather forecast, and nobody does it better than he does. Absolutely nobody does it better than he does. Now, as you all know, the West Hudson St. Patrick's Day Parade took place on Sunday afternoon, and as Tony had mentioned, the weather really cooperated. It was a little bit on the windy side, but it didn't rain at all. And I have a quick video of some of the things that happened during the course of the day. Without any further ado, take a look at this. And there's some photos that are mixed in here. Yeah. So that was the parade on Saturday, well, excuse me, on Sunday, and it was really a great, great afternoon. I was very happy that the weather held off for Mark Wiggins, who was the Grand Marshal, and Mike Mara and Donna Bocchino, who were the Deputy Grand Marshals. I have some more photos to show you from the day, and I'm going to show those to you right now. These are some of the pictures that I took during the course of the day. Who you're seeing here is in the left-hand corner. That's Ann Rodriguez. She's the wife of Councilman Jose Rodriguez. And then next to her is Denise Facito, who is, of course, the wife of Councilman Jerry Facito. And in the middle of the two people who were there that you can see is Albino Cardoso, who is a former councilman in the town of Kearney. Albino retired a couple of years ago. And then on the right-hand side of the picture is our one and only, well, she's the second deputy mayor, Melanie A. Ryan. I was standing near both of them during the entire parade. This was when the mayor and council walked by. There are some guests who were there as well. And you see Mayor Doyle in the middle. I'm going to show you another picture of her in a couple of minutes that's going to knock your socks off if you haven't seen it yet. There, of course, is Mark Wiggins, the Grand Marshal of the parade, and his wife Noreen is walking just to your left, and she's waving. And Noreen, of course, is a Russell by birth. And there is Mrs. Russell, Dolores Russell, who is Noreen's mother. And unfortunately, you can only see a little bitty piece of Mark's mother next to Lillian in the back seat of the car. It's unfortunate, but none of the pictures that I took could you see her because she was leaning back and Lil was up front. So unfortunately, I missed getting to see Mark's mom. That's Mike Mara and his wife, Kristen. Of course, Mike, the Deputy Grand Marshal. And here is Donna Bocchino in the middle of that picture. She, of course, is another Deputy Grand Marshal. She's a councilwoman in the borough of North Arlington. Steve Nash with his usual crew driving along in a big convertible. You can see Stevie right there. He is in that picture. And of course, these are two of my favorite people in the entire world. That is Jane and Len Mackesy. And Len, of course, is retired Port Authority police officer who was on duty at the World Trade Center on September 11th, 2001. He's still here with us. Thanks be to God. He was a deacon at Our Lady of Sorrows Church for many, many years. I'll never forget that first Mass right after September 11th in 2001 that Deacon Len was a part of. Just a remarkable, remarkable night that was back in September of 2001. And of course, Jane was involved with the Kearney Coalition for many, many years as well. That's Mayor Dan Opronti right there, enjoying the day. He was live streaming, and that was when he walked right up to me during the parade. And it's really great to see North Arlington being involved in the parade more than in the past. And of course, Donna was one of the deputy grand marshals, Bocchino, who's a member of the council. But it was really great to see the North Arlington contingent at the parade this year, and my friend Dan Pronti as well. Okay, this is Gina Wiltrout right here. She, of course, owns a salon on Kearney Avenue. Everybody and their mother knows Gina, one of the true gems of the town of Kearney. So you see her right there. And this is the police honor guard. I can see Matt Lopez and Rich Pulaski there, but I'm not sure who's on the right side. So you'll forgive me for that because sometimes when they wear their hats, they look so different. So I apologize for not knowing who that is. But if somebody's in there and can say who it is, I would appreciate it. Now, this is a person who doesn't get on the screen too often because she's always taking pictures. That's Barbara Goldberg, the town photographer. And you can basically find her at just about every event, but she's very rarely photographed. So I was able to get one of her on Sunday, and that's Barbara Goldberg. And a lot of the pictures that we use during the course of the year in the Observer come from Barbara. Mostly. This is Lisa Shalego, a longtime friend of mine. She was a deputy grand marshal several years ago, and she was, of course, at the parade, as many of the former honorees are. That's Sean McDonald, my dearest friend in the world, and his daughter Leah. And Leah was Irish Miss of the parade this year from the Kearney Irish American Club. And there you see the two of them on their float. The Junior Women's Club of Arlington, of course, here. And that is Junior O'Donnell, Pat O'Donnell, and he is a former Grand Marshal just a couple of years ago. In fact, he had to wait an extra year to become Grand Marshal because, unfortunately, COVID hit, and that was the year he was supposed to be the Grand Marshal. But here he is in all his Irish glory. The person that you see here is Tom Conlon, who is a former honoree as well, and his son Michael, and they have been involved with the United Irish for many years, more than I can count. There is Mark, and there's Mark's mother. To our left. There's Mark's mother. So I did get a shot of her. I forgot that I had this one, but I'm glad I did because she, of course, is the reason Mark is here. And this is Norman Doyle III, who is the son of Norman Doyle Jr. and Mayor Carol Jean Doyle. He marched in the parade, and we all know him affectionately as Bogey, and there he is. That is Mina Claudius, who is the PBA president for the town of Kearney's police department. And Councilman Jerry Facito is one of my dear friends in the world. The two of them together at the end of the parade. And look at this now. This picture that you see here was done by a young man named Christian Moya. And from what I understand, Mayor Doyle has never met Christian until Sunday. And when he got there, he presented her with this jacket, which he painted by hand. And it's also going to be on a canvas as well. But look at that detail in that jacket that he did, and Mayor Doyle doesn't ever want to wear it because she's afraid that it'll get dirty or for whatever reason. But you see, it says Carol Jean Doyle on that, and he just did this out of the kindness of his heart, having never met Mayor Doyle before. Can you even imagine that? What a gift it was, she says, to have received such an incredible, incredible gift, so unique. Where are you ever going to get anything like this? So I had to make sure that that you saw this because that was right at the end of the parade, and it was certainly, I would say at least, and I'm sure the mayor would as well, one of the highlights of the day. Now, of course, this week's newspaper, you can see it right here. Grand Undertaking with Mark Wiggins and the other honorees. I don't need to go through that again, as I already did. And then, of course, I hope you'll all take a look at this week's edition of The Observer. There's plenty to go over, and I hope you'll see it. That this was a special night out that the parents of children with autism were able to have together. It's a new group that was formed in North Arlington for parents of autistic children. And we have a couple of crime stories as well. This is Kellyanne Chippendale, who is originally from Kearney and has had roles on the big and small screen out in Hollywood. She's releasing her first book. So check out all the news stories as well this week. And also don't forget, we have 2 pages of classifieds for you to take a look at as well. Now, before I sign off, I had mentioned this to you guys a couple of weeks ago that Facebook is phasing out letting us keep live videos on Facebook. So we're hoping to get everybody to go over to YouTube and to subscribe to us on YouTube because nothing has changed over there. And quite frankly, the quality of the video is better and those videos will stay up forever. So if you have a chance, please head over to www.youtube.com/theobservernj and subscribe and like our videos over there. You would be doing us a world of good. And before I sign off, I want to say hello to everybody who I didn't get a chance to say hello to during the course of the day today. My friend Bill Scarterfield is joining us today from Arizona. Billy, good to see you. Larry Hanlon is here. And Larry, you may have heard Melanie Ryan in the video that I showed earlier saying, "Here comes Larry Hanlon." So she made sure to let everybody know you were there. Lori Bradow is here with us. Good afternoon, Lori. Good to see you. Valerie Curry is also here. My mother is watching from Newton, where Tony said it's still possible you might get some snow, Ma. So I'm very sorry about that. But I know you say, please, no more snow, but it's very possible you may get some in the next couple of days. John Drimkowski is watching from North Arlington, as is the mayor of that great borough, Daniel O'Pronti. There it is. And this is what Lisa posted earlier about YouTube. So please follow those directions. It's very easy. And if you missed how to subscribe, you can watch the beginning of this video again. So that's going to do it for this edition of the Observer Live. Thank you, each and every one of you, for being here today. We will be back on Friday if there is need, and if not, a week from today. And I want to thank Tony Mondaro as well. So from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com, it's Kevin Canessa signing off for now, and we hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesdays. Bye-bye.